It's not about improving the body or the mind. All of that is a side effect of the core teaching, which is transcending the body and mind. And that's where a shift in identity takes place, that I'm not the character that suffered all these experiences. I'm that which is pure consciousness, that which is aware right now. I'm timeless. So you step out of the story and into being, out of suffering and into peace. And the peace is not dependent on the experience of the body or the thoughts. So if there's a tsunami in the body or the mind, or the body and the mind, this peace is here. And it means you allow it. You stay very, very present. This is a space where there's an invitation to open to this deeper stillness. And when you open to it, what happens is you become aware of any traumas that are held in the body. You don't need to go searching for them. They'll just reveal themselves to you. It will feel like discomfort or contraction. And if you feel it, it's a very good thing. That's the first step in the healing and integration process. So let's say you're sitting here in a meditation, you open to this stillness, and then the nervous system feels horrible, like agitated. What do we do? That energy, that agitated energy, will produce thought forms. So, like you said, there can feel like a tsunami in the body and a tsunami in the mind. The first thing to do is recognize it. Just be aware that it's happening. There's a tsunami in the mind, there's a tsunami in the body. Okay, I am here. Now, because these thoughts that are coming in the mind are a byproduct of this unprocessed energy and emotion, it's basically unprocessed pain. It expresses as painful thoughts. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. Nobody's supporting me. Life's not supporting me. Nobody likes me. I have no worth, blah, blah, blah. It's very important to remember that what these thoughts say is not the truth. It's an expression of pain. And so you keep your attention as the witness of it. You watch the thought come and go. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. You let them come and go. It doesn't speak the truth. You keep your attention as the aware witness. And then you look, what is the experience that's happening in the body? Let me just look. Where do I feel this discomfort in the body? You have to bring your attention into the body to feel it. Now, the instinct is to not feel it, to get away from it. And that's called resistance. And that might produce thoughts like, will anybody notice if I just leave? Can I quietly creep out the back and get out of here? Because this feels uncomfortable. I don't want to feel this. And it will produce every thought possible to try to avoid feeling that discomfort, because something feels, if I feel that, I will die. It's not safe to feel it, and it wants to protect you. It's a protection mechanism. The problem is if you allow the protection mechanism to protect you, it will never heal and transform. It will always be there. So we have to override the protection mechanism. The protection mechanism is there based on past experiences, because the energy that's bubbling up is actually energy from the past that's held in the body. Maybe when a teacher or a parent yelled at you and it didn't get processed, it's still stuck in there. And that part doesn't understand that it's safe now. It's still experiencing the past again and again. It lives it over and over. This is how trauma functions. So when the movement to run, to escape, to avoid, to resist, not to feel it arises, you have to stay present. And you do the opposite of the instinct. You very, very gently and very, very slowly take your attention closer to that discomfort. And you just touch it very gently with your attention. Just feel how it feels and inquire, what does it feel like? Maybe it's a tightness somewhere in the body. And you stay with it. And you keep going closer to it, slowly, slowly, until you can feel it right in the core. And now these parts are very vulnerable. They're very tender. And so we're required to be very gentle with them. You approach it like you would approach a little baby that's crying. So you don't shout at the baby, shut up, you're giving me a headache, I want to get rid of you. No, you bring the baby closer, you hold it. Oh, sweetheart, it's okay, I'm here. I feel you, I see you, you're safe. You hold these energies in the same way, you let the body feel them. And every second that you're staying present, consciously feeling these sensations, a process of transmutation is happening. The tightness begins to unwind, unravel, the system opens up and it diffuses this old information. Now, if you're someone that is on this end of the scale where you experienced a lot of trauma in life, then in a way, you're luckier, because that trauma in the body will force you to live the practice, to live the teaching. And you'll find that the moment you stop living the teaching, all hell breaks loose. You can fall into addictive patterns, suffering. But if you live the teaching to the best of your ability, it can bring healing. And this can be a lifetime practice. But that's a good thing, because it means that you live your life in presence. And over time, you will embody more presence and more joy and more unconditional love. If you're over here on the scale, it might be easy to be more lazy with your practice because you don't have that motivation. The suffering is not motivating you. But this is an ongoing practice that takes place over the whole span of your lifetime. So it's not about trying to reach the point when the nervous system is regulated, or trying to reach the point when I'm a person that never gets triggered. It's not about improving the body or the mind. All of that is a side effect of the core teaching, which is transcending the body and mind. And that's where a shift in identity takes place, that I'm not the character that suffered all these experiences. I'm that which is pure consciousness, that which is aware right now. I'm timeless. So you step out of the story and into being, out of suffering and into peace. And the peace is not dependent on the experience of the body or the thoughts. So if there's a tsunami in the body or the mind, or the body and the mind, this peace is here. And it means you allow it. You stay very, very present. You become like a laser light of presence. Very intense. Intense but relaxed. So that every thought that comes just disappears by itself. The thoughts don't pull you into identification. And every sensation that reveals itself to you, you open to it and you deepen into it with your attention. You allow your body to fully feel it. So when your system gets triggered, if you're more conscious, if you've been practicing this, then before you throw the plate at your husband or wife, in that microsecond, my system's triggered. You come back. You remember, I'm the aware witness, and you allow the body to feel. And then you're not reacting. And from there, you can respond. You respond from the presence. And this will have a huge impact on your life, on your relationships, on every aspect of your life. Because you stop creating unconsciously chaos and drama wherever you go, like a tornado. And you move with grace, with stillness, with gentle love. But it starts from within, and it starts this moment right now.